All right, howdy folks. Welcome to another episode of Global Worker Power, where we nurture relationships and uplift militant intersectional action for working class liberation. Thanks for popping in, folks. All right, so first story today, ICE targets LA homeless shelter. 2 employees of a recently raided facility said immigrants are afraid to go outside and have to be accompanied by staff to run errands, go to work, and appear in court. This is July 26th in NBC News by Alicia Victoria Lozano. Immigration officials have been repeatedly spotted outside a Hollywood homeless shelter since May, leading staff to accompany residents from war-torn countries to work, errands, and court. An executive at the shelter that serves people ages 18 to 24 said she saw 2 Venezuelan men handcuffed and arrested by ICE agents after they returned to the shelter from work. There was no conversation, said the employee Leilani, who asked that her last name not be used because she feared retribution from ICE. She said about a half a dozen immigration officers went up to the residents and put their hands behind their backs right away. Homeless shelters appear to be another target in the Trump administration's ongoing immigration crackdown, which has resulted in nearly 3,000 arrests in the Los Angeles area. They now join Home Depots, 7-Elevens, and cannabis farms as locations where the federal government is carrying out its mass deportation effort. In addition to the Hollywood shelter, service providers have reported seeing immigration enforcement at shelters in North Hollywood and San Diego, according to local media. With more than 72,300 unhoused people, LA County is the epicenter of the nation's homelessness crisis. How many of them are immigrants is unknown because the federally mandated annual count does not include citizenship questions. Okay, so that's interesting. Further underscoring the evil of the administration. Welcome, Cornelius. Appreciate you, comrade. I was trying to do this. Oh, welcome. Okay, so we got somebody on Facebook Live. We're trying that out as well. Anyway, so I also saw something about the Justice Department dropping charges against protesters, ICE, protesters, due to, audio of ICE agents, incriminating audio. So we love to hear that. I'll see if, I can dig up more on that soon. But, All right. So, thanks, Facebook viewer, for sharing. It doesn't show me who you are, but appreciate you. All right. And thank you, Cornelius. So, I think maybe we'll dive into a story here from Oakland Educators, or from On the Line. Labor on the Line. But the title is Oakland Educators Organizing Immigrant Defense. And then I do want to talk about the upcoming UFCW strike out here. I think 12,000 workers or so at Stater Brothers Groceries in SoCal, at least, should be going on strike soon. So that's exciting. So this is Oakland Educators Organizing Immigrant Defense by On the Line and Jeff Rosenberg, July 23rd. So this is Jeff here. You have all been on the front lines to defend immigrant communities against ICE, especially in our public schools. We want to speak today about how you took on this work, what it looks like, and how others can learn to do the same within their schools and workplaces. Thank you, Cornelius. We have seen ICE escalating their raids, breaking the law all across the country, violently arresting our immigrant neighbors and coworkers. What's been the situation in Oakland since the start of Trump's second term, and what has it meant for your students, families, and coworkers? This is Jesse Papalia. It's been terrifying for everyone. Since day one, especially after the January 20th inauguration, things changed fast. ICE overturned their previous policies, so schools, churches, and hospitals were no longer safe spaces. That alone sent shockwaves through the community. What's scarier is the lawlessness. We lead Know Your Rights trainings, but ICE is just ignoring basic rights now. Every week brings a new tactic, an unprecedented activity from ICE. Just showing up to a court date can suddenly be the most dangerous thing you do. It's chaos, it's fear, and it changes constantly. This is Michael Rodriguez. And that's on top of the trauma and many obstacles families already live with. So many of my students came here after facing real horrors just to get to the U.S., and now they carry this new fear. Will dad make it out of this appointment? Will mom be home when I get back from school? These kids shouldn't have to live like this on top of the challenges they already had before. Okay, now we're back to Jesse. My degree is in language and literacy, not immigration law, but families are coming to us with ICE documents, hearing notices, scam phone calls, or situations where one child is on a different legal case than the parent. I didn't know how to help at first. That's why we've worked to build a trained rapid response team in our union, people at each school site who can respond and connect families to resources. It's now part of our job as educators. And now we're back to Jeff. Some people out there still say immigration isn't a labor issue, skeptical of taking on these kinds of fights. How do you respond to that within the union? Vilma Serrano said, everything we've done is rooted in organizing our members first. That's where political work has to start. Thank you, Cycle Queen. Welcome, y'all. Appreciate you, Armando. We built a culture where members trust that fighting beyond the contract matters, bringing in common good demands. It began in 2019 when we fought against school closures and for newcomer students, meaning immigrant students, recently arrived to the States. We were the first union in California to bargain newcomer issues into our contract. These weren't side projects, but central to our work. The thousands of conversations we had to build that fight all laid the groundwork for this. Thank you, Cycle Queen. Appreciate you, comrade. Students come to school carrying trauma from all the issues they face in their lives: poverty, displacement, housing insecurity, and now immigration raids. We see that in the classroom every day. So yes, these are workplace issues. We look to history as a guide here too. We could see labor experience and support was critical for the civil rights movement too. We feel that same obligation today. And our members know it. Michael and Jesse were the ones who pushed us to do more back in February. The idea was to fundraise for legal defense, but once ICE escalated, it became clear we needed a full rapid response network to meet the moment. Now we are preparing for how things may continue to escalate in the fall. Now we're back to Jeff, with Labor on the Line. This is absolutely a labor issue. LA raids were workplace raids. And even beyond that, our members live in communities. Not Jeff. This is back to Jesse, Jesse Papalia. I apologize. One of the worker organizers. So what's the actual, let's see what the union is, right? So we're not getting too off track here. So is it OEA? That's what they're referencing here. I guess that's an educator union. Educators from Oakland, we know. It's kind of weird that they wouldn't just say the name. Oh, it is OEA. Okay. Anybody know what OEA is? Labor lingo quiz. Let's see together. Oregon? Could that be right? Oregon Education Association? Let's go back to that article. No, it says Oakland. So Oakland Education Association, let's say. Hey, there it is. All right, we got there. New viewers, this is a common thing, my ADD. Okay, so, let's go back here. Union leadership. Okay, contract language. Okay, so we talked about labor issue. Yeah. Okay, so this was, Jesse Papalia, I apologize, with Oakland Educator Association. LA raids were workplace raids, and even beyond that, our members live in communities under attack. If labor turns inward, we weaken ourselves. Trump wants us to think this isn't our issue. That's how we lose our power, not just as a union, but how we lose power as a working class. Amen. That's how we win. We need solidarity, all of us, and that's that intersectional, solidarity. All of us need to be asking ourselves if we are ready to step in and get involved in this fight before it's too late. Can you explain what it took to win the sanctuary language in your current contract? So that's Jeff. We won it by striking. Let's be real. This is Michael. Power listens to unity, and we stood together. As a public sector union, we're less vulnerable than nonprofits or private companies to retaliation. As a working class institution, we have an obligation to fight this. Trump can't pull our funding. We fund ourselves through membership dues. So labor has a responsibility to lead this fight as working class orgs with some real independence. That contract language matters. It's our protection. We've added sanctuary policies into our contract, made schools safer, and pushed for policies that meet students' actual needs, like creating newcomer educator roles that didn't exist before. Beyond facing these immediate threats, we want to strive to make sure all of our students can thrive here. Yeah, solidarity, Cornelius. Appreciate you. Ahoy there. Hello, hi thumb. Lovely. What? Oh my God. Wait, aren't some of y'all moderators? We got to get rid of scum like that. Wait, let me make sure, Cornelius, you're a mod. They got to be banned instantly. Okay, you weren't. All right, you're a mod now. Thank you. Anyway, so did I miss anything else? Jesus. Thank you, Travel with Abdi. Appreciate you, comrade. Okay. Instant ban, exactly. Cycle Queen. Appreciate you. All right, so Jesus. Well, they actually made that segue because I was going to say about Palestine, obviously too. Any kind of intersectional solidarity, because more union folks are talking about immigrant issues, right? As this is evidence of, but not enough about Palestine, especially like UAW, where they're literally making pew-pews for Israel, for these weapons. or whatever. There, I said the word. But manufacturers, whether it's Boeing, whether it's Lockheed, Raytheon, Oshkosh in Wisconsin, or so-called. So, thank you, I guess, to the fascist, low-key, for bringing that up, but not thank you, obviously. Anyway, I always flip them off. I always say, like, fuck you. All right. All right. I don't think we're going to go through this whole thing, but it is a good article. I don't like throwing links because y'all never look at them, really. So I'm just going to recommend that you follow Labor on the Line. They're on here. They're on IG. Maybe I'll put that link in there, but not right now. Okay, what other stories? Oh, I said I wanted to talk about the strike. Did I throw it in the chat? Let's see if I did. Let's pull up SoCal Solidarity and let's see how the Facebook people are doing. Oh, 11 shares. That's fun. No viewers right now. That's no problem. That's training is in Spanish speaker too. I don't know what that means, Bart. Okay. So let's see. We're going to SoCal Solidarity. Yes. Do we have the story? Oh, wait. So this is the one I was telling y'all about. Look. This is the... Flip that, John. There we go. Justice Department drops cases against LA protesters after officers caught making false claims. Yeah, no worries. Psycho Queen, appreciate you, comrade. That's from The Guardian. Anyone who has spent time on the ground will have seen law enforcement making arrests for no apparent reason. That assumption seems to be true. Link to a Guardian article in bio. Okay, so let's grab that article. It's not in bio anymore. Okay. I thought they said in story. Link in bio to Guardian story. Okay. Link in bio. Let's pull that one up. That one looks crazy. All right, so this is from The Guardian. It's good news, but it's crazy. Okay, so this is by who? Sam Levin, July 28th. All right. Revealed. Court records show Border Patrol gave inaccurate testimony about people it jailed. Prosecutors now face embarrassing dismissals. U.S. immigration officers made false and misleading statements in their reports about several L.A. protesters they arrested during the massive demonstrations that rocked the city in June, according to federal law enforcement files obtained by The Guardian. The officer's testimony was cited in at least 5 cases filed by the U.S. Department of Justice amid the unrest. Free what? Oh, you're a fascist. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, you're out of here. Fuck off. Okay, we got rid of that clown. Do I support Israel? Fuck no. Leftovers from the pizza dough you made? Okay, excuse me. All right, that was a fun little break here. Let me get a little more situated. Okay. All right, so... The Justice Department has charged at least 26 people with assaulting and impeding federal officers and other crimes during the protests over immigration raids. Prosecutors, however, have been forced to dismiss at least 8 of those felonies, many of which relied on officers' inaccurate reports, court records show. Thank you, Cornelius. Appreciate you. The Justice Department has also dismissed at least 3 felony assault cases it brought against Angelenos, accused of interfering with arrests during recent immigration raids, the documents show. The rapid felony dismissals are a major embarrassment for the Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney for Southern California, Bill Essayli, and appeared to be the result of an unusual series of missteps by the Justice Department, former Fed prosecutors said. The Guardian's review of records found out of 9 assault and impeding felony cases the Justice Department filed immediately after the start of the protests and promoted by the Attorney General Pam Bondi, prosecutors dismissed 7 of them soon after filing the charges. So out of 9 assault and impeding felony cases, 7 were dropped. In reports that led to the detention and prosecution of at least 5 demonstrators, DHS agents made false statements about the sequence of events and misrepresented incidents captured on video. One DHS agent accused a protester of shoving an officer. When footage appeared to show the opposite, the officer forcefully pushed the protester. How many times do we see that, of course? One indictment named the wrong defendant, a stunning error that has jeopardized one of the government's most high profile cases. When I see felonies dismissed, that tells me either the federal officers have filed affidavits that are not truthful and that has been uncovered, or U.S. attorneys reviewing the cases realize the evidence does not support the charges, said Christine Sato DeBerry, a former California state prosecutor who is now director of Prosecutors Alliance Action, a criminal justice reform group. She said officers often call for charges that prosecutors don't end up filing, but it was uncommon for the Justice Department to file, then dismiss cases, especially numerous felonies in rapid succession. It seems this is a way to detain people, hold them in custody, instill fear, and discourage people from exercising their First Amendment rights. DeBerry said. There are at least 18 cases brought by the Justice Department against LA protesters that prosecutors have not dismissed, covering a wide array of alleged criminal conduct, according to case records the U.S. Attorney's Office shared with The Guardian. In 3 of those cases, protesters have agreed to plea deals, including one defendant accused of spitting at an officer and another who allegedly threw rocks. Some still facing charges are accused of throwing water bottles and Molotov cocktails, pointing a laser at a helicopter, and aiding in civil disorder by distributing gas masks. In 6 of the felony dismissals reviewed by The Guardian, the Justice Department has refiled lower-level misdemeanors against the defendants. Jesus. Okay, so we're not going to get through that whole article. Let's see, are we still doing stuff over here? Not really. So let's end the Facebook thing, because just like Twitch, that ain't it. Y'all are where it's at. Okay. Appreciate you. So, what else we got here? Actually, I'm going to pause it for a sec, all right? Low-key, I got to use the restroom. All right, pause. Stay hydrated like our boy Hassan. So yeah, so that's a good one. So I said I wanted to talk about the strike that's coming up with Stater Brothers. So let's pull up that article, all right? Stater Brothers UFCW strike. Okay. And I will leave on the Twitch stream. No reason not to. All right. So if you're on there, follow, share, please. Thank you. Amplify. All right. So grocery workers rising. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So that's, oh, this is straight from the horse's mouth. So this is July 25th. We voted yes. ULP strike authorization overwhelmingly passes. We've had enough of Stater Brothers union busting tactics and illegal actions that undermine workers. We have spoken loud and clear. This week, 12,000 Stater Brothers workers across Southern California came together and overwhelmingly voted yes to authorize a ULP, or unfair labor practice strike, against Stater Bros for breaking the law by surveilling, interrogating, and discriminating against union members. And this is particularly interesting because we know that last week, allegedly at a store here in so-called Ontario, California, they allowed ICE into a private area of the grocery store. So not only are they harming their workers, but they're directly harming, well, some of their workers obviously are immigrants, but the broader immigrant community as well. Okay, so this vote sends a strong message to Stater Brothers. We've had enough of their union busting tactics that undermine workers and silence our voices. And if they thought Stater Brothers members could be scared away from standing up for our rights, they found out tonight that they are very, very wrong. This vote prepares all of us to take action if Stater Brothers continues to commit unfair labor practices that undermine our rights. It does not mean we are on an unfair labor practice strike right now. If you walk off the job before the union declares a strike, you can be disciplined and or fired. Remember, you will always be the first to know when we take. That's yeah. I mean, sometimes union contracts can be stifling. That's unfortunate, but ULP strike is always the last resort. We will continue to push Stater Brothers to do the right thing. We're scheduled to go back to the bargaining table on July 30th and 31st, so expect more updates from me where we are demanding that the company stop breaking the law and negotiate a contract that respects the work we do. We are fed up with being overworked, disrespected, and undervalued. We're ready to show our strength with the rally on August 1st. Join us in Long Beach from 11 to 1 to demonstrate that we're ready to do what it takes to get the contract we deserve. RSP to the action here. I'll put that in the bio. That's fucking lit, man. I don't know if you have to be a member, probably not. Yeah, put that in there. Yeah, so that's exciting. Fuck yeah. That's like 12,000 workers. Let's see what the article is. Yeah, 12,000 Southern California workers authorize a strike against Data Brothers. That's gorgeous. We love to see it. Yeah, thank you, Cornelius. Do, 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 do. Okay, yeah, so that's awesome. Um, So I haven't done a I appreciate you, Comrade. I haven't done a video on this. I'm gonna do one, I think, shortly, but I was straight up targeted by a Zionist org. I can't like name them or anything, because a comrade stuck out their neck to do like a Freedom of Information Act request, but there's emails between them and DHS and local PD and other folks. Yeah, like with all kinds of info about me, like where I was born, literally like the town, all this shit, all my links, and my wife was referenced. Yeah, because they thought I managed a certain Instagram account that they were targeting. It was a university and a Zionist organization collaborating, as they often do, to figure out, who this group was that was protesting or uplifting protest or whatever on campus, that they were accusing, of course, of being anti-Semitic, and so anyway, so I got kind of caught in the crosshairs, and that was kind of gnarly. Yeah, I talked to some lawyer comrades, and they said I was good, but yeah, especially with like all the stuff surrounding Mahmoud Khalil and Rumey Ozturk and just all the other comrades targeted for speech, and even just folks getting monitoring ICE or in any way interfering with the administration. So yeah, I'll probably do a video about it. But yeah, it's been a little insane. Anyway, just sharing that, Cornelius, because you're a dear comrade. Travel with Abdi. Thanks for being here. Some comments on the live were filtered to protect the community experience already. That was quick. Yeah. Anyway, so what else do I got here? I mean, the system that we've been set up with is to go through. So I made the calls, update on the Honda crew, made the calls. I don't know. Let's see what the status of it is with the crew. So Gaza Freedom Flotilla. Thank you for tuning in, those of you who did. That was like some real journalism. That felt dope. Streaming that, not obviously the experience of it, but the community really coming together to address that. Okay. So no, these are just all the different crews. Look at this from all the different countries. My FYP hasn't been showing me your vids as often, so feel free to DM them to me. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. So yeah, I made the calls to my senators. I used the 5 calls app today, or my representatives. Yeah, but these are the dear comrades abducted by Israel. Um, let's see what the updates are, because I think there are some updates. On the 1 hour ago. Yeah, we know that. Okay, deportation hearings expected for 3 activists. Okay, Jerusalem Post, Jesus. The only good thing about Jerusalem Post is that they do the update of how long the genocide's been going on. I don't think they call it genocide, but Yeah. Anyway, point of the story is, so this is by Sarah Ben Nun, um, and this was July 28th, so today. Ahoy, Dano. What's up, Dano? 13 pro-Palestinian activists were detained off the Handala ship, are scheduled Monday for hearings before the Detention Review Tribunal and the Given prison in Ramle, the Adala Legal Center said. Shout out to them. They represented the last crew as well, whose lawyers are representing the activists. The boat set out from Sicily earlier this month with the activists and some humanitarian aid supplies. Shout out to Genoa, to the Italian comrades in Genoa, who got the city to divest, and to the port workers there, and well, in Italy and in Greece and in France and the UK, who have been refusing to move Israeli cargo and pew pews. Yeah. So the vessel attempted to break through Israel's maritime blockade on the Gaza. That's crazy, right? That you have to qualify it because there's a maritime and then there's like the on the ground or whatever, land blockade, I guess. Just a few, and that's aid blockade to be specific. Just a few weeks ago, the Israel Navy intercepted a different vessel, the Madeleine, with identical goals, also dispatched by the Freedom Flotilla Coalition. Yeah, the activists who Oh, these are the names. Yeah. The activists who already have been deported. Wait, the activists who have already been deported or are expected to be within the next few hours are Antonio Mazzio from Italy, Gabriel Catala from France, Jacob Berger from the US, Wad Al Musa from the US and Iraq, and Mohammed Al Bakali from Morocco. So how many is that? One, two, three, four, five. So 16 folks are still imprisoned by Israel as of 11:29, basically, or what was this, 5 hours ago? 6:29 a.m., July 28th. So please make the calls, download the Five Calls app. Yeah, and mention the US folks. If you're in the US, if you're in other countries, obviously mention those. I'll put this link, hopefully you'll click it, at the top of the bio here, all right? So let's go back one. I'm gonna have to label it because Linktree doesn't do its job. Paste. What's going on with y'all? Appreciate you tuning in. Okay, so this is the title. Perfect. It's right at the top of the caption. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Paste. Okay, so please check that out. That's the Instagram link that has all the different names of the folks organized by their country. And use the Five Calls app. I'll put that link in there too, all right? We'll make it real simple and use the Five Calls app to contact your rep to tell them to pressure the administration, to pressure Israel to do the right thing. So I'll put the literal download link for the iPhone for Five Calls. All right. If you've got an Android, then you can figure it out. There you go. Thank you, Cornelius. Appreciate you, comrade. Um, Yeah. All right. So what else we got here? Not going to be here all day. Appreciate all the likes and shares and solidarity, y'all. Yeah. So we talked about that. I mean, we always got to look at our labor notes is there twice in my thing. We always got to look at the strikes. Labor action tracker. There we go. All right. So let's see what we got here. So I got July 25th hour mark. Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, internet's being ugly. Let's just use Global Worker Power Chat. Get in there on IG if you're not already. Oh, shout out, fuck yeah, shout out to our boys and girls and non-binary comrades with the Production Assistance United. Okay, Local 724, powered by Layuna. They're gonna flip the pit, y'all. Anybody watch the pit? You're checking it out when your tablet pop boots up. Good, good. But yeah, there's gonna be a vote to unionize the production assistants. Your boy was a production assistant. It's grueling, underpaid, overworked labor. It's like 20-hour days. Yeah, very little breaks. Yeah. Yeah, like no benefits and just a lot of verbal abuse and whatnot, as I'm sure a lot of y'all deal with. But yeah. So yeah, so look at the fucking thing. Am I out? What the fuck is that? Oh my God, the audacity of fascists, Uzziah, trips me out. Like, do they, it's like, okay, they're keyboard warriors, but still. Oh yeah, so I was trying to show y'all something before that negative Nancy got in here. We flipped the pit. PAs and assistants file for union, and some of those homies, thank you, comrade Cornelius. Some of those homies are on the level. I've DM'd with them, and yeah, they appreciate the intersectional nature of solidarity that we're nurturing here, y'all. So shout out to Production Assistants United. Tell me if you're active somewhere else, and I'll put the right link. I'm gonna put IG for now, okay? Follow them, Production Assistants United, please. Hopefully IG can grab that one at least. So this, I have to label the other freaking thing. Oh my God. Prod Assistant Union. Okay, because I'm typing with one finger. Forgive my poor spelling here. Okay, so that's cool. And then I'll type 5 calls, all right? So you don't just have the link on there, you have the actual name labeled. Okay, yeah, so fuck yeah, we love the Production Assistants United. They are killing it. Okay, so back to the GWP chat, Global Worker Power. Oh, Fenway Parker's on strike, so that's what we're talking about. Okay, oh, let's watch this shit. This is gonna get me going. Oh, you gotta play it on the headphones. Damn it. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? No, fuck yeah. I figured, or not fuck yeah, fuck no. I figured. Okay, forget it. But that's Labor on the Line. They're dope as shit. I will put their link, even though I said I wasn't gonna. Please go follow them. Because they're homies. They're doing amazing things with Amazon workers, with all kinds of folks, just telling the story of intersectional solidarity. Thank you, Cornelius. Appreciate you. So I added them. I don't know if it's loading, but whatever. That's not my problem. Okay, so let's get a story about that. So Aramark. Actually, you know what? I can probably grab right from my G. So wait a sec. So we got this. Unite here, Local 26. Follow them, support them. We're always learning about new unions here, right? That's one of our big things. Okay, so let's see if they've got a description of what they're doing. In recent years, large sporting venues, blah, 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 blah. So this is a policy thing. I'm not interested in that. I want you to talk about the fucking strike. Bernie's supporting. That's good. All right, so we just got this tiny little one, but whatever. Fenway Park concession workers with Unite Here Local 26 are on strike for the first time in history of the Red Sox Stadium, demanding a living wage and guards against automation. Fed up with management stalling at the table, they're shutting it down and showing Fenway what they're worth. Fuck yeah, we love to see it. I shared that in Swolitariat. I don't know if you're that kind of comrade, but if you are, check that out. Okay, so let's go back here, back to the chat. Global Worker Power. What else we got here? Oh, this is fucking lit. Nurses at St. Agnes launch first hospital nurses strike in Baltimore history. That's fucking amazing. Thank you to the Real News Network, Max Alvarez, the homie host of Working People podcast, for covering. Yeah, so I'll read this one. Hospital nurses went on strike for the first time in Baltimore history yesterday. Registered nurses at St. Agnes Hospital held a one-day strike from July 24th, 7 a.m. to July 25th, 7 a.m. basically, to protest Ascension Management's, oh God, is that another fucking venture capital firm? Refusal to address their urgent concerns about patient care, safe staffing, and high staff turnover in contract negotiations. St. Agnes nurses are tired of the treatment we've been getting, RN Robin Buckner told me. We've been bargaining for 18 months. That didn't seem to get us anywhere. So now the only recourse we have is to strike. We are chronically understaffed, chronically overworked. RN Nikki Horvat told me. And now that we are unionized, we cannot be silenced. We will continue to fight for what our patients deserve. Ascension itself is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yep, they have the resources to address these issues, to make this place safer for patients and for nurses, and they are actively choosing not to. We want to take care of you, one RN who went by Mallory told me. It is Ascension that makes it so we can't. So yeah, Max was on the ground for his network, The Real News. Okay, so that's cool. I guess we'll end on Philly, all right? So Aramark workers in the fight to support on-the-ground workers at PHL. What does that mean? Sheridan downtown. Let's go to Unite here, Philly, because they're the ones doing it. Wait, I'm already on it? Okay. But what's the story? Citywide hotel contract. No contract, no peace. There's got to be a press or whatever, as they say on here. Let's see. No presser. Okay, so let's do it this way. Aramark. So that's cool. There's Aramark workers in Boston and Philly on strike, or at least this week. Aramark, Philadelphia. Let's see. Strike, of course. Even Nicosia is not just going to bring up labor right away. Let's see what we got. April 9th, September 24th. I don't know. I don't see that one. And the ILR labor tracker is not being the best. You know what, Juan? Free Palestine. Okay? I'm over that shit. Okay, here we go. So that was the Boston, Massachusetts one. We already talked about that. 7:25, there was an AFSCME strike in... Is this San Fran? Yep. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Thanks, Cornelius. Okay, that one's a non-active link. Let's try the next one. UCSF, these layoffs are illegal and we're going to fight until we get everyone's job back. Shame on you, UCSF. So that's AFSCME Local 3299. We love them. They are definitely intersectional homies. Appreciate y'all being here. Okay, we got a Facebook link. Not loading, of course. Meta fuckery. Okay, let's go back. Labor notes. Confront arcade federal pressure splits the building trades. Yeah, follow labor notes as well. They are great journalists and all this. We didn't talk about any new unions. My God, I just run like a mile a minute. What's the... That's right? A mile an hour was the Michael Scott one. Where Jim's like, that fast, huh? My mind's running a mile an hour. That's a great show. Anyway, I put labor notes in there. Okay, so where's the fucking tracker? Okay. I thought we had... Oh, we just hit it. Okay. Sorry, it was bookmarked. 5 calls. We'll go for it when my voice is up. Thank you, Cornelius. Appreciate you, comrade. Okay. We'll try again. So, UCSF, first 2 links didn't work. Third link is also Facebook. So, that's 3 links that don't really work. Maybe the 4th one? Okay, no, we're back to Boston. I want fucking San Francisco. AFSCME, San Francisco. Wait, so that one links to... Okay, whatever. ILR's struggling a little bit. The Illinois Labor Relations, whatever. Strike tracker. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I've put this in the link a million times. So this is our national strike tracker here. Oh, right back. There you go. So then I just use this thing over here, and it shows me... Well, we can filter it. So, like, that's not ones that are all active right now. The range would have to be, like, last week to this week. You know what I mean? And then that number is going to go way down if it actually loads. 326 strikes in a week? Wow. Hope that's true. But yeah, anyway, so that's the strike tracker. It's a good tool. All right, so we're losing steam with that. I don't know. There's so much shit, y'all. Oh, we didn't talk about the Ontario Run Club, the Ice Out of Ontario thing. Yeah, it's fucking lit. There were hundreds of people out at the town square this week. I guess every Tuesday they do a 5K. And this week they were raising money for ICIJ, which is the Inland Coalition for Immigrant Justice. And they were helping specifically to print more signs for businesses that say that ICE is not welcome, that they need a warrant. So that was fucking awesome. Follow ICIJ if you're not. Follow Pomona Economic Opportunity Center, which is a day labor center. That's a partner of my orgs, of the Warehouse Worker Resource Center. Yeah, what are all the plugs? All right, I don't know. I guess I don't have more things for y'all, but we got to get these viewer numbers up, y'all. We can do better than 2. I know we're repressed and everything, and I appreciate you, Cornelius. I'm not putting on you, brother, but yeah, I'll keep at it, I'll keep trying to target. It's like, I don't know, it takes forever with these recordings and then trying to caption them, and then where do I post them? YouTube, whatever. I was talking earlier about whether I stream on Facebook or Twitch, whatever, but I mean, y'all are where the energy is, for sure. You're the heart of it all, and I do think that this model works. It's very interactive. It's very fun. So yeah, I'm gonna keep at it. I don't know. We didn't even talk about Palestine. I'm working with a journalist on the ground there now. He's doing some amazing work. Let's see what his latest story is. So the comrade is journalist Naeem Sayed. Yeah, Naeem Sayed. I'll add him to the Linktree Trust. I got hours of footage to go through. I haven't gone live yet. Right on, fam. Appreciate you, comrade. Let's paste this. Naeem Sayed. Go follow him, please. So the latest story that we collabed on just 3 hours ago. Urgent Hebrew media, 6 Israeli soldiers were injured, one of them critically, in a resistance operation in the Gaza Strip. And Eye on West Bank, I guess, is another page that he uses or whatever to uplift. So another story from 3 hours ago is a difficult security incident occurred involving an Israeli army force in the Gaza Strip. So I guess, yeah, that was less detailed than the previous one. This was crazy. Did you hear about this? 19 hours ago, so July 27th, I guess. Sunday, Yemeni armed forces said they have decided to escalate their operations and implement the 4th phase of the naval blockade on the enemy by targeting all ships belonging to any company dealing with the enemy's Israeli ports, regardless of the nationality of that company, and anywhere their hands can reach. So, yeah, that's intense and encouraging for those of us tired of waiting for our governments to do the right thing. Which would be to, do a military aid delivery, basically, intervention to get aid to starving Palestinians or starved at this point Palestinians in Gaza. Okay, that's a good update. Feel good about that. The Twitch stream, the one view. I think I'll keep trying or keep posting on YouTube too, videos and stuff. But yeah, I don't know that I'll do so much editing to put them on IG or anywhere else. I think that's just the thing. I'll just do batch, Global Worker Power, episode for today or whatever. I think things through with y'all, so bear with me. Okay, so what else we got here? Talked about open educators, warehouse workers. Yeah, the last story from Labor on the Line isn't, at least their blog isn't for a while. Let's go back to the IG feed. Teasers for TikTok. Yeah, exactly. It's you got to come live. Exactly. And it's not even teasers. It'll be a full fucking recording, but they can just, get it live or get it earlier or whatever. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to fucking do. I don't really care about streaming anywhere else. I'll keep doing the Twitch thing, so I have that footage, so I can do whatever with that. And because, it could be helpful, because I know TikTok and Meta don't make it easy for any kind of, monetization or whatever, which obviously is important in this capitalist hellscape. Okay, so let's go back. So yeah, I don't know that I have any more for today. All right, I think we've done enough. I love y'all. Appreciate you. I'll probably be back on, honestly. I like being able to just pop in. I always say that and then it doesn't happen, but I like being able to pop in and do a little story, because if I do one little clip and I download it and caption it, it's easy. Like the turnaround's pretty simple. But if I do like a bunch of stories or it's like a long, thing, then it's a problem. Thanks, Cornelius. Yeah, I appreciate you, comrade. Love and solidarity. Talk soon.